Hi, my name is Anand George. I come from southern India in Kerala, so a lot of my inspirations come from the ingredient which was available there, coconut, whole spices. I teamed up with Spiro in June to work on the concept called the Purple Poppadom. We started the first one in Glass House in Cardiff, and it has been a very good success. And we are now moving to Abergavenny Food Festival.
So, do you want to tell us what you'll be cooking for us today?
Nilgiri chicken curry. It's a chicken curry in a green herb sauce. So for that, we'll blanch spinach, coriander, and mint. For the blanching techniques, I would add a little bit of salt and sugar because of pH value of water. Sometimes it can be a little bit acidic. That's the reason I add salt and sugar to make it the water neutral, so that the greens retain its color. Spinach, mint.
So these are just roughly chopped?
Roughly chopped because it's going to the grinder for a fine paste.
Yeah, so it's, yeah.
And coriander. And more you chop the green vegetable, the chances of that getting into dark, right. it turns black literally. So it's better you just give it one chop. That's
so you're
it.
Just really softening the leaves there,
That's
nothing
it.
more than that really.
Yep. Into the coriander. Run a little bit on cool water. Because even though it's there, it's still cooking, so that's the reason I run cold water to cool it down and stop cooking. So we'll start with oil. Vegetable oil. Cardamom.
Just 3 or 4 of those, is it?
3.
Yeah, 3.
What I tend to do in the restaurant cooking is batch cooking, so we follow the recipe so that it's always the same. Right. Otherwise, what happens if you don't have a standard recipe kind of thing? It's very difficult to maintain the quality and the consistency. Cinnamon, green chilies.
Seeds and all, 'cause a lot of British chefs, even who think they know about Indian cooking, wouldn't use any of the seeds or any of the sort of inside of the chili, but I noticed you put all of that in. Does that affect the heat or the flavour?
Yeah, because I'm not adding any of the chili powder. The
okay.
Spice, the heat is coming from the green chili. Fresh curry leaf. You can feel the aroma. Yeah. Grated coconut. And this coconut is imported from Kerala.
And explain to us the concept of the pop-up restaurant then. How's that work exactly?
Literally, we move into a venue and create a restaurant there, a fine dining restaurant, and that's a quite challenging thing because it's not about cooking, taking all the elements from here, creating a kitchen there, because we have done it in Glass House, to be honest, and it was something quite different, and I've never ever seen in my life, because with the help of Spiro, because he has been in catering, being outside, so he knows how to cope up. As of my own, I could not have done it. So it's not about cooking, it's getting all elements together and make a restaurant there, and I think it's quite challenging. And once we have done it in the Glass House, I think we will be very, very confident to do it in the Abergavenny Food Festival. Now we'll add the blanch. And cashew nuts. Now we'll add into the grinder, and it takes a good 1 hour to grind it. So once we have put it to grind to a fine paste, we'll start making the base for the curry. So we'll start with oil. Generous amount of oil. Whole spices again, green cardamom, cinnamon and cloves. And finely sliced onions. Because I don't want to make the curry darker. If I want to make the curry more darker or the brownish, I brown the onion a little more. So I need a little more into that greenish color and just the onion to blend through. So that's the reason I'm adding ginger garlic paste. So it stops the cooking of onions. It won't brown anymore, but it'll still get cooked. Now I lower the heat. The reason I'm lowering the heat, I'm going to add the powdered spices. This way, if it's too hot, the heat is there, the chances of the powdered spices to burn is very, very high. So on a safer side, I lower it and add curry powder, coriander, turmeric, garam masala. Now we add the curry leaves, yogurt, the reason I'm not adding tomatoes, normally we use tomatoes or yogurt for souring the curry, but since I'm trying to make a green curry and I don't want that tomato changes the color of the curry. And once you add the yogurt, you should stir it constantly, otherwise it splits. Now add water to make it a smooth gravy. And salt. Now we'll add the chicken.
So we've got the paste back here, that's been ground for an hour.
For an hour.
For people trying to cook this at home, if they didn't have a grinder, could you use a normal food processor?
Then the normal food processor can do it, but it'll take a little bit because you need to get into a fine paste. Coconut milk to get the consistency. So we are ready with the Nilgiri chicken curry. Now is the time to taste.
The mess now. You really taste the sort of blend of herbs and spices. Amazing. Give me a spoon.